Hey guys! So today I am filming my question and answer video. This is an extremely requested video on my channel, and I posted a photo on Instagram and sent out a tweet telling you guys I was going to film this for you, and I got so many questions from you guys, and I actually went through and read every single one of them and narrowed them down to all the most popular questions, and I made notes of them on my phone. And I have a lot of questions, so I'm going to try to get through them as quickly as possible. So here we go. A lot of you guys have tons of questions about me and my husband, our marriage, when we got married, so on and so forth. So I'm just gonna cover that first. The first question is, how did you and John meet? John is my husband, by the way, so that's what I'm gonna call him. We actually met because he was the drummer in my ex-boyfriend's band. So yeah, that's how I met him. And how did he propose to you? He proposed to me on the 4th of July during the grand finale of the fireworks. He was actually so nervous that he got down on both knees to propose to me. Yes, as if he was about to worship me, both knees. It was adorable. Okay, what was your first impression of him? That he was extremely hot. Yes, that is extremely shallow, but that was my first impression. When I first saw him, I was just like, oh my God. And that was my first impression. How old were you when you got married? I was 19 years old. Yes, I'm sure a bunch of you are gasping right now. It is what it is. I was 19, he was 21. Is he supportive of your career choice? Yes, he is extremely supportive of my career choice. He loves what I do. He thinks it's awesome, just as I am as supportive as him and his dreams and what he chooses to do. Very much so. What are things that he does that drives me nuts? That depends what day you ask me. Time of day, week, maybe I should say the time of month, more importantly. Some days just breathing drives me crazy. Other days I'm like, oh, he's my Prince Charming, he can do no wrong. So, I mean, overall, he's really messy though. So, I'm messy too, but I'm not dirty. Like, he's dirty. I like leave clothes around, and like my makeup will be left around and I'll come back and pick it up later. I'm messy, but like he's dirty. Like, he's just such a guy, and okay. Anyways, but overall, that's probably the thing that drives me nuts the most. Okay, moving on. Are you still working for Mac? No, I am not working for Mac anymore. And I find it crazy that so many of you caught on so quickly. I put in my 2 weeks notice right before I left for Chicago. It's a very long story, but I was with the company for 4 years, and maybe even a little bit more than 4 years. Anyways, I was done, and I got so much out of working for Mac, and I felt like I really couldn't get any more from what they already gave me. So it was 100% my choice. I am extremely happy with my decision. So no, I am no longer working for Mac Cosmetics. Pros and cons of working for Mac. The pro, I would say, is that I learned so much working for them. Especially when I was up north working in Chicago. We had the most amazing workshops. It was nonstop. I mean, we were constantly learning new things, new trends, new ways to utilize old products that we've been using forever. I mean, it was so much fun. We were just constantly learning. If you are an aspiring makeup artist and you have, the chance to work for Mac up north, I would say grab it as soon as you can, because they teach you so much up there, and it was so much fun. I also got all my certifications through them, and I also was product specialist for a while with Mac, so they definitely taught me a lot, and I was able to get a lot from them. So cons, I would say though, is that I have to sell. I know that sounds really silly, but it was not easy for me. I'm not a salesperson, and I did not like going to work and having my manager tell me like, hey, today you need to sell 10 of our new mascara. Because everyone coming in might not be looking for mascara, and I don't like trying to push things down people's throats that they don't want. That's not me. I just want to do makeup. I want to give you what you need for you specifically and treat you as an individual and become friends with you. I don't want to sell to you. So that was hard for me in general, just having to sell to people. I was very uncomfortable with it. But it is what it is. How did you become a makeup artist? That is a hard question, because I have been interested in makeup my whole life. Ever since I was a little girl, I would take my mom and my sister's products if they didn't like anymore or that they didn't use, or things that were old and they just wanted to get rid of because it was almost gone, I would take it, store it in a drawer under my vanity, like in my bathroom, and I would play with makeup all the time. I would steal my sister's products and play with them all the time. I was obsessed with makeup, and then I just kind of got a knack for it. As I got older, I played with it every day, and then I just started doing my friends' makeup for special events and occasions and just for fun. I would just do their makeup and take pictures of them just because I loved it. So yeah, I've always had a thing for makeup. If you weren't doing makeup for a living, what would you be doing? Probably photography, because that's what I went to school for, and that's the next question on here is what did I go to school for? I went to school for photography, and while I was there, I realized I liked doing the model's makeup more than I liked taking the actual photographs. And it became a thing where everyone on campus who was also in school for photography was always asking me to come do their model's makeup, and I was always doing makeup. I was doing makeup more than I was concentrating on doing my photography, and it was just like, hey, I like doing this a lot more. So if I wasn't in this for makeup, I would probably be doing something like photography, something in the creative world, because I am not good at anything else other than creativity. Like, I couldn't be a doctor or a scientist or an architect. Like, that's not me. I have to do something where I'm being able to use my creativity. Why did you start YouTube? I started YouTube because when I was leaving the Chicago store, so many of my regular customers that would come in and get their makeup done by me all the time for fun and just to try new products, and they would come to me back and forth for events and things like that. They were so sad when I was leaving, and they were always asking me, all of them, to make videos on YouTube so they could keep up with me even though I was moving across the United States, because they wanted to continue to learn things that I was doing. So after having so many people encourage me to do it, and then me talking to my family and friends about it, and them saying the same thing, I was just like, okay, let's do it. And here I am. Do you do airbrush? I own an airbrush machine. I own the foundations. I do not offer it to my clients. I don't recommend it, especially for just like bridal or prom glamour makeup, which is what 90% of people want. I don't think that it's all that it's cracked up to be. I think you can get just as beautiful of a look, if not even more beautiful, using a brush and foundation and doing it manually. Airbrush, I think, is really important when you're doing things on the body. I personally find that if you're like, sculpting the abs or contouring and highlighting the body, then that airbrush is necessary. But for just the everyday glamorous look, I don't think airbrush is necessary. That's just my opinion though. Okay, favorite drugstore brand. My favorite drugstore brand overall would have to be L'Oreal. I have favorite brands for favorite products, like my favorite lip products are by Maybelline. But overall, I think L'Oreal is the best. They have great eyeliner, great mascara, they're my favorite foundation, great pigmented eyeshadows. L'Oreal's eyeshadows are actually the same eyeshadow as Armani. They're the same packaging with different lettering on it. They're the exact same product made in the same manufacturer. L'Oreal, I think, is amazing. I think even down to like their hair products, I love L'Oreal. I think they're great. So for sure, L'Oreal. How do you prevent cake face? And this is referring to when your foundation cakes up and it looks like frosting and it's just like, oh my God, you look better without any foundation whatsoever. A trick that you can do is when you get done applying your foundation, take a clean tissue and just pat your face and just literally just like smush it against your face, especially over any little lines that you get, like in between the eyebrows, the forehead, the lip area. Push the tissue and that will soak up the excess foundation that is just sitting on your skin and the excess oil so that it doesn't move and just sit in those lines. So that's a really easy trick. Tell us something that we don't know about you. I was homeschooled all through middle school and high school. I did not have a normal teenage experience whatsoever. I was pulled out of going to regular school because my family and I traveled all around the world to third world countries to donate clothes and toys and food and water to orphanages. And I've been to Africa like 9 times. I've been to India. We just went all over the place just to help people and just give them hugs and tell them that they're important and that they're loved and that they mean something. So yeah, that's something you probably didn't know about me. I also graduated right when I turned 16 because I was homeschooled. I hated school. I wanted to get through it as quickly as possible. So Yeah, my teenage years were very different, and because of that, I was very bullied growing up. Very bullied. Like, the kids my age just did not like me. I didn't fit into any mold. I was different and creative, and I had a few really good friends, and outside of that, people just didn't like me. But I am very happy and thankful that that experience happened to me and not someone else, because I have the personality and the strength to deal with things like that. So I'm very thankful that God dealt me those cards and not someone else who would just crumble, because I dealt with it, and it wasn't that hard for me. Obviously the bullying stops. To all of you who get bullied in high school, it will stop. When you get older and you find your knack in life, it will stop. Like, it will. What are you passionate about outside of makeup? This is getting heavy, but I would have to say my true passion outside of makeup is to stop human trafficking. I know that that's really intense, and I'm sharing a lot with you right now about myself, but my heart beats for those women and children and men who don't have a choice in their life and are being abused and their bodies are being sold. I mean, I have spent hours and days just in my bed crying because it just breaks my heart so much that these people don't have a choice how they can live their life. I mean, it kills me inside. If there was anything that I could just snap my fingers and make go away, it would be human trafficking. It puts a huge hole in my chest. Do you have any tattoos or piercings? I don't have tattoos. I wish that I could. I wish I had the guts to get tattoos. I think that they're really cool if they're on the right person. When I see a 60-year-old woman walking around on the beach with tattoos, I'm just like, nope, not for me. I look at my mother, and my mother is so beautiful, and she's so awesome, and she's such a role model of mine, and she's taking such great care of her body. And when I envision her with a tattoo, I'm just like, no, I don't want to have a tattoo. If they only lasted for 5 or 10 years, I would totally get them, but I don't have any. As for piercings, I have my lip pierced. Got that done when I was 15. My sister acted like she was my mom and signed a consent form. I have my nose pierced, and I have 2 piercings in my ears, and that's it. No other piercings. How do you deal with mean comments and hate? I really don't care, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess to me, it's like if you're being mean to me or you're leaving hate comments to me, it's just kind of like, okay, it's obviously not me that is making you feel this way. Something that I have learned is, especially here with what I'm doing, typing mean comments on the internet is just an outlet for people to express themselves where they don't have to have any fingers pointed at them. They're behind a computer. I don't know who they are. They might have gotten fired or had a bad day at work, or could be going through a divorce or a breakup, or they owe rent that they can't pay, and they see me and my foundation is too yellow for them, and it just pushes them over the edge, and they leave a mean comment. And so, you know, it just doesn't really bother me because everyone has their own thing. And if you're gonna leave mean comments or hate comments to me, I know that it is not a direct attack to me. I know that there is something in your life that is upsetting you and bothering you, and you are unhappy with what's going on around you, and that is why you have that hate in your heart, because you don't know me that well, so you cannot hate me. So, moving on. What is your favorite perfume? Anything by Marc Jacobs. I love Marc Jacobs. I used to be obsessed with Prada Candy, but now I just am kind of grossed out by the smell because I wore it so much. I like really light, fresh scents like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I like Marc Jacobs Dot, Marc Jacobs Daisy. Just anything fresh that smells like spring. I don't like really warm, like amber scents. I don't like anything musky. I like it just to be like, as you can tell, I'm wound a little tight, and I like scents that just, anything like lemon, just citrus. Oh, yes, I love it. Will you ever go blonde again? Yes, I will. I will go blonde again. When my hair is really, really long, I have intentions of going blonde again. But until then, I'm gonna just stick to what I have. But one day, I will definitely go blonde again. What is your ethnicity? My 2 mains are French and German, I believe. Okay, yeah, wow. Really, like I forget, I'm such a mutt. Will you be my friend? I thought this was the cutest question ever. Yes, I will be your friend. Are you kidding me? Look at what I'm doing. I'm putting myself out there for you. Be my friend. Like, I thought that was the most adorable thing ever. In all these comments, I'm scrolling, and someone just asked, will you be my friend? Yes, I'll be your friend. We can go shopping. We can drink coffee. We'll be friends. Who was your first celebrity crush? Okay, so as far as I can remember, I'm sure there were ones when I was a little girl, but Tom DeLonge from Blink-182. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm even saying this. I was so obsessed with Blink-182, like owned every CD, posters all over my wall. To the death, Blink-182. I was obsessed with Tom DeLonge. I thought they were just the coolest guys in the entire world. Oh my gosh. What is your favorite food? That is a hard one. That is a tie between Chicago-style pizza, sushi, and Mexican. Oh, those sound so gross when they're all put together in the same sentence. But yeah, only Chicago-style pizza though. I like all pizza, but Chicago-style is just like, oh, I can't get enough. Illuminati's pizza is where it's at. I cannot get enough. And sushi and Mexican food. Yes, yes, yes. Where were you born? I was born on a farm in Illinois. Yes, farm girl. Would you have ever guessed? Whenever I tell people that, they're always like, wait, what? Yeah, I was born on a farm, lived there for a while, wore overalls. It was actually a pig farm. My dad was a pig farmer. We had corn and beans and yeah, born on a farm in Illinois. Why don't you answer your fans' questions? When I saw this, I had to address it because that like really hurts that people are leaving me questions and I'm not being able to answer them, because when I upload a video, I sit in front of my computer for at least 2 hours and just answer questions. And I'm constantly on my Instagram answering questions. I mean, like when my husband is driving me places, I'm answering questions. When I'm shopping, I'm answering questions. When I'm getting my hair done, I'm answering questions. So it really sucks that so many of you are trying to ask me questions and I haven't answered them. I will say the hardest place to answer questions is the messages I get on Facebook. It is very hard because I get so many messages on there that it like lags and it takes forever to open them because so many come in. So if you want to ask me a question, I would say to avoid asking me through messages on Facebook because I've pretty much given up because it takes forever. Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube are the main places where I answer questions the fastest. All right, favorite color. That's another hard one. I don't know my favorite color. My favorite color to work with on makeup is warm colors like oranges and anything with a red base, amber, golds. Like I love working with warm colors in makeup. My favorite color to wear is probably neutrals. My favorite color to decorate is neutrals. See, that's hard to ask someone who is doing makeup what their favorite color is because it's like everything. I love every color. I love color. I love color. I don't know what to say about that. Okay, the last question is my favorite TV show. My favorite TV show at the moment is Modern Family. My husband and I just went out and bought a couple seasons of them and we're obsessed. We watch them every single night before we go to bed. I'm obsessed with Modern Family. If Modern Family isn't for you, no judgment, but I can't get enough. Before Modern Family, I would have to say it was Friends. I was obsessed with Friends. For years, I own every single season, and even though it's been done forever, me and my husband still watch Friends on a weekly basis, even though I've seen every single episode, probably, not kidding, 50 times. I just love the cast. I love Friends. It's so lighthearted. It's so funny. I love it. So yeah, Modern Family and Friends for sure. So yes, that is my whole question and answer video. I hope that I got to the majority of the questions. I tried to compile them all together so that I kind of touch base on everything you guys were asking. So yeah, we're done. And I'm going out of town on business this weekend, but I will be back at the beginning of early next week. So I will see you soon. Mwah! Bye guys.